ad break on Twitch, and welcome to the live stream. I have Ruby here in my lap, giving me some wonderful kisses. Let me readjust my chair just a little bit here. Such a good puppy. So we're back again after a little bit of a break. Honestly, we did go live yesterday, reacted to Minecraft live, and that was cool, but it was a short live stream, and I just was too tired, honestly, to do another live stream later on in the evening. So we're live again tonight instead. Ruby just about fell over here. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some shiny hunting in Navel Rock, Pokemon FireRed, to try and get ourselves shiny Lugia as our next shiny hunting target. We were doing Charmander in FireRed before, on the Switch version, but obviously the cartridge version is the one that I think I'd rather play on, so it might be a little bit of a waste of like 33, 34 bucks, but I don't think I'm going to be playing a Switch version of FireRed anytime soon, to be honest. I'm just going to be sticking to my actual cartridge games. Thanks for the love. Let me get my headphones on here, and we're going to get things set up. I think the auto counter just needs to be turned on here, so yeah, all I have to do is hit start hunt, and hopefully this should just work. There we go. It took a little while for the GameCube game to turn on there. I was a little bit worried that it was gonna like crash or like not work or something. I don't know, man. I don't want a GameCube to die on me. I know it's an old console, but they shouldn't be dying this soon. It is a lot slower though. Okay. So I don't know how long we're gonna go for tonight, but hello to everyone watching YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Let's get the shiny hunting thing showing up here. I did a little bit of changes around here, as y'all can notice. So there is no more donation, Hall of Fame, or any of that info right here anymore. I got rid of that because it just really was honestly kind of getting in the way of making everything look nice, streamlined, pretty. It was a little bit of a chaotic mess. So webcam is unobstructed in the corner. I just put the Pokemon community game right there on the side, since obviously I don't have the donation thing right there in the way. And the chat is a little bit taller now, so there's going to be more messages able to be seen on stream. I think that's going to probably be a little bit better than having like a donation something. That's honestly not been something I've had happen at all for a while. Not that like I want to pressure anyone to donate. Not that I could. I don't have any followers that are active doing it all the time. Really be able to want to donate. But I really do think it would be a waste to just delete it. So what I've done is just I hid it. It is still here, but at any given point, if that actually starts happening in the future as we grow, I actually do get donations. Since I did have a 3.5-year break. That kind of killed whatever community I was building up back then. But now that I'm back, I have everything set up the way I want. StreamAvatars, Pokemon community game, shiny hunting, even everything here in my work, honestly. Like background on camera. This is perfect. So I don't really need to do anything else. Let's do this try right there. Muted music. It should count up. No? Let me count that up manually. You have think I just needed to have the game on first. Let's see if this makes a difference. Gotta love a little bit of troubleshooting at the beginning of every single stream. I think honestly this is just gonna be the way it's always gonna be. You know, I'd like it to have like a nice stream one day where I could have everything turn on and all just work. But if I have to do a little bit of troubleshooting, so be it. 13. Did not. Okay. I know what I did wrong. I didn't actually open it as an administrator. That would have done it. Okay. Now I can actually set this up and hopefully the next encounter will work properly without issue. Let me just quickly turn this on before we get to the encounter. There we go. Let's watch it turn to 14 together. Really hoping this is gonna be good. Hopefully that was like the only thing I did wrong. Yep, there we go. Now it's going up properly. So I'm thinking what we're gonna do, I'll have the music on. But probably have it a little quieter, to be honest. I'm gonna turn it down to -35, so only 5 down. And now we'll have a little bit of background music still, while still being able to like hear obviously everything going on here in the game. I haven't really done that much in the last few live streams. I feel like that's something I need to start changing. So that way, you know, there's no actual awkward silence. I feel like that's always just such an awkward little thing to have happen in a stream, you know? Like, music, honestly, there's gonna be times where I'm gonna want it off completely, but I feel like with shiny hunting, you know, doing all these softer sets, it's a perfect time to just take a step back and keep music on at all times. Although, this one has a very big long pause, so okay, there we go. I was just about to skip to the next song. Honestly, there's a few songs in the playlist that like have really long breaks and pauses at the end of them. I don't know what ones they are off the top of my head, but I guess that last one had a little bit of one, but it's not even that long, not even that bad. Just long enough to like make me look for a second, but it was all good. Gonna get up to probably at least, I want to say 150 encounters minimum tonight. Honestly, my insomnia's been really bad, so I've been awake for a very long time. Every single night, just laying there in bed, waiting to fall asleep, and it's after my live stream usually happens, except for yesterday. I was just so dead exhausted. I didn't even try to do a late night live stream. Honestly, I should have just kept live streaming on those days, you know. I think I probably could get like maybe an hour or two in tonight. I don't know. That could be a good amount of encounters, honestly. Like, Lugia is a lot faster than Deoxys was, and even if we don't end up getting the Lugia in the same amount of under odds, because we only got our Deoxys in 1037 resets with the little, what was it, latest shiny? I think I want to change it to recent shiny. There it is in the chat right there. It's gonna pop up in a second. There it is. StreamAvatars chiming in as well. But yeah, there's a Twitch clip for my shiny Deoxys. It was not really clipped. I forgot to do it in the moment, so what I did was just do a little highlight after the fact. But man, we got that so fast, and I was only in like 20 resets of that live stream, which is crazy. So, taking into account all the extra little bit of time that would be added up from Deoxys having its little animation with the whole little triangle breaking and loading down, come at ya, initiate the battle, cry. You know, it is a little significantly a bit longer than it does just to have to dun, dun, Lugia cry and encounter. That's at least, I want to say, 3 to 4 seconds probably. I'm saving every single reset, and that adds up a lot over time. You know, when you're doing over 1,000 soft resets, I mean, that's 4 seconds time 1,000 that I've saved in comparison. You know, if I get to the same amount of soft resets as Deoxys. So it's definitely going to be a lot quicker. I have no doubts about that. But our luck is the only thing that's going to determine when we actually get this thing. There's obviously RNG abuse. There's that kind of stuff being all over YouTube, recommended lately, from all sorts of YouTubers, besides just a couple of ones that I follow that actually know about this stuff, you know, main head honchos of the RNG abuse scene, you know, because I used to be pretty interested in that stuff as a teenager, you know, and I still do, because I like learning about how games work and all of that. I have no interest in using that to my own advantage, though, you know, like, I know there's definitely gonna be variations between, like, every single time you go ahead and spam all the buttons, doing your soft reset, going through the title screen, and that, like, will affect the RNG a little bit. And what you want to do to try and get, like, as many random seeds or whatever else, PIDs. Basically, you just gotta have, like, a bit of variation. That's why people have been noticing that turbo controllers, they've been getting, like, a lot of dupes and not really getting many different Pokemon, because it's, like, so fast that I guess it's the same exact inputs most of the time that there is absolutely no way for it to, like, actually be random because of that fact. Obviously, it is, like, just however you do it every single time, you know, every time you soft reset it, it's going to be a little bit different, because RNG isn't broken like Pokemon Emerald, but honestly, yeah, I don't even really know beyond that how the RNG abuse works in these games. I did it in, I think it was Pokemon Ruby, just to get a shiny Trico when I was a teenager, to get that as a starter, and I was content with that. I did try to do Battle Blank with Pokemon Coliseum to try and get a shiny Shadow Entei, but that obviously did not go very well, because whatever the software was at the time was all in Japanese. I don't understand that, man. I wish I could, but I have not had the time or luxury to be able to go ahead and, you know, learn a language that I am never going to use outside of, well, probably on camera here. But, you know, honestly, ADHD just made my whole trail of thoughts disappear. It's gone. Let me have a little bit of water here before this next reset, because my throat is a little bit sore. It's important to stay hydrated. If another ad break comes on Twitch, all y'all on TikTok, all y'all on YouTube, you're safe from that. Not monetized that way on those platforms. We're gonna have ads pop up in the middle. But for all y'all on Twitch, and hell, even if you're just watching on TikTok, YouTube, at any point, you know, go ahead and make sure to take a little break for yourselves as well, and get some water yourselves, get a little snack. I don't have any food to eat right now, so it's a little bit of a bummer, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. Some days, man, I'm lucky to have a lot of good snacks, like the Pokemon Hershey Kisses that my dad got me last weekend. Is it sad that low-key, I was kind of hoping it would bring me another bag this weekend? Kind of a bummer he didn't. But man, I had a really good dinner tonight, so I'm plenty full. I wouldn't eat snacks myself tonight. I had like 9 pancakes for dinner. Breakfast for dinner. Honestly, who's with me on that? You can't go wrong with it sometimes. And they were like honestly really good pancakes. They were just as like crispy as like grapes were, but so buttery, so tasty. I love them, man. My mom, Mommy, she makes some good pancakes. I just need to actually have a chance to actually watch her do her pancakes that she can do without getting distracted and wandering off. Hey, we're already almost at like 50. I mean, it's not gonna take that much longer. I feel like we could definitely get some good progress done tonight, honestly, towards this little shiny hunt here. I should probably have this so update it after. Another regular non-shiny Lugia there. One more will be at 40. I've been doing a lot more brainstorming for my schedule, by the way. And what it's looking like right now is Minecraft. There's no point in doing on Tuesday. I know just because Minecraft ends with a T does not mean Minecraft Tuesday sounds like a good rolling off the tongue. Minecraft Mondays, however. So having a Pokemon Mondays. I'm gonna be doing both on the same day on future Mondays when I'm actually ready to start adhering to this schedule, because I really do want to start switching things up beyond purely Pokemon. As much as I am enjoying shiny hunting, actually finally getting some of these lifelong dream targets of mine from my childhood, putting in the work to do it, actually even record it too, so you know I can remember the journey along the way. Oh man, I want to do way more than just I have a big variety of interests that honestly, you know, I hyperfixate on every once in a while, or for like an extended amount of time, but then I just drop it for like a good year or two and never again to touch it. Like within that decade, that's pretty much how it's gone for like a lot of the things I've really enjoyed over the years. So, you know, I don't have a job right now. The job market right now, I don't know if anyone else watching this is having the exact same issues with it that I am over the last like what 3 to 4 years now. I have a lot of free time on my hands, and you know, I feel like I could probably afford to just do a lot more live streaming, just having some breaks every now and then, you know, between like, you know, different things that I'd want to do. So I do like Pokemon one stream on the same day, Pokemon Monday, but then move on to Minecraft Monday, start the Pokemon stream for like a few hours, and come back later on for that Minecraft Monday stream. I feel like that's the best way I should be able to go about it while still adhering to the actual responsibilities here, taking her out for walks and making sure she has water and fed, but also taking care of my mom, doing whatever little chores or housework that comes up. I feel like I just should take the chance, you know, see how that goes. So expect a lot more live streams. I'd say in April. I don't know if I'm gonna have it in me quite yet this month because I've been really feeling like crap the last week. So, like my energy levels, honestly, for most of this month, after the last Pokemon Go event that happened with all of the wild legendaries from the incense. I mean, I hadn't played Pokemon Go that hardcore in so long, and my health was way better the last time I did. So this time really took a lot out of me. Even though I was having a lot of breaks, you know, just coming home, chilling, having some water, eating, and just sitting outside, you know, standing around doing like nothing but tapping all the Pokemon away and spinning the Pokestops. I tried to take it a little easier, but man, my health has just really gotten really bad after I got COVID for like the second time, and then getting it for the third time right after Christmas this year. I thought I was just finally starting to get better, you know, these last few years, but God, it's like a lot of that energy that I had before just zapped right at me so far this year. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Like, I think honestly streaming, as much as I do think it's important that I actually keep talking the entire time, you know, as much as I have the energy to before my throat turns into sandpaper. So that way there's no dead air, and I can actually, you know, try to keep all y'all engaged, not bored, you know, so it's actually a good fun time. A little bit entertaining at the very least, at the bare minimum, you know. I feel like I should probably try to maybe take it a little bit easier on that, because some days I don't have that energy. I know I'm not gonna have that energy even before I hit the live button. Today is like not really kind of one of those days. It felt like it all day. I've been just crumpled up in bed, just dying from a migraine, and honestly so tired, passing in and out of sleep every once in a while, catching up on many hours of this sleep from last night, because I almost had no sleep again last night. I did get a bit, but yeah, honestly, it's hard, man. If I had like the chat going on, you know, I feel like maybe that would probably got my attention and focus a little bit more. Stay engaged, keep talking, and actually be able to push a lot of these little complaints into the back of my mind, you know? Because honestly, it's only really exciting in shiny hunting when you finally get like to whatever next milestone number you figure out, or get to a funny number, or you finally get that shine, or just, you know, when you're starting up for the day, you know, but while you're doing it, reset after reset after reset, and it's the same thing over and over again. I mean, I don't think anyone would find that a little bit monotonous. It's no different than watching video. So I know it's not like everyone's cup of tea, these live streams. So, hence the point why I want to actually increase the amount of things that I do more often with my schedule. You know, actually split my live streams up into multiple live streams in a single day, so I can actually still do the things that I need to do in real life, but also give you guys that variety that both y'all probably would crave just as much as I do inside. Because, like, besides Minecraft, you know, God, we were doing a little bit of Super Monkey Ball 2 on Friday. That was a little bit fun, honestly. I actually did really enjoy that. We did the story mode, but I didn't actually pay attention to any of the cutscenes, so just skipped right over them. And honestly, even though it was a little bit of the first game to actually induce any rage in me on screen in a very long time, I really actually loved it. I loved it, dude. Like, it might not be the most popular game to watch on live streams, although I did actually see one other person watching it or streaming it at the very least yesterday when I did, but not yesterday, it was Saturday, on Friday. I don't know, I play a lot of very niche games. It feels like that aren't the most popular. You know, there's some other people that play some of those games with me in common. You know, Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. I mean, G Medley. He's the reason why I play it. His streams, his videos. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't love that game so much. I wouldn't have even bought it. But that's still, you know, Pokemon. And I feel like some of the other things that I kind of really want to do, probably also going to be very, very niche. Not something I don't think is something people really watch on Twitch. I wanted to actually start another Nuzlocke series. After we got back into Pokemon Nuzlocke Master Quest on Monday, because that's what I want to do for Pokemon Monday, is go through that series and just keep at Pokemon Ruby, get through that whole Nuzlocke Master Quest in that game without using any duplicate Pokemon for the rest of the series, going through the rest of the mainline series games, including the side games Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness, music playing right now. Honestly, I want to do a Skylanders Nuzlocke. I just want to do Skylanders gameplay on my live stream with a little roulette, that little spinning wheel, all the names of the Skylanders that I have right there on my shelf next to the Pokemon shelf, and just, it'll look funny, number 167. Well, 2 more resets to go and we'll have one more funny number coming up. But yeah, I mean, honestly, okay, quick little switch to the live scene, the big webcam after this one. Yeah, you're not showing up on 68. All the Skylanders right here. They have been like one of the longest standing background pieces of my live stream before the Pokemon Shop was even able to be a thing. I think it is only right that I actually start using them. And I finally do one of the things that I really wanted to do when, you know, I first started live streaming in the first place. There's a lot of things I've had on my backlog that I never even really finished from 6 years ago when I first actually started going live on Twitch here, and obviously making content on YouTube shortly thereafter. You know, TikTok is a much more recent thing, that's for sure, of the last 6 years. But I started off on Twitch 6 years ago, and 90% of the things that I did have not been finished. There was one thing I did finish, Friday Night Funkin', which is ironically the game that actually grew my community the most at the time, out of any other game that I had tried playing, out of any other thing that I had tried doing. But honestly, that didn't get updated for the longest time. I wasn't really interested in doing all the mods. You know, there's so much more. You know, I just really wasn't interested in doing myself, especially when there's no guarantee that a lot of the mods are even going to be good enough in the first place. I know I tried like 1 or 2 out, but they just didn't even really catch my interest. You know, sucks, but you know, that was just like one little game to hyperfixate on, you know, try something out for fun, you know, something random is going viral. And it was really hype, honestly, going through that game and finally getting through week 7 Tank Man, I remember. Newground's little mascot. That was fun, but I don't know, besides that, I don't think there was anything I actually ever really finished. Because there was Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, all with 3D All-Stars. Although, I think I might have just done it flat out. No, wait, no, I did use it on the Switch with the All-Stars because it was just easier to one little cartridge. But I never finished either of those, any 3 of those games on stream. Like, I did. Well, I guess this is more recent, but Pokemon Rumble. I never finished trying to unlock the Generation 2 and 3 toys in the Weekend Edition mod. So, next time an actual Rumble weekend happens, you know, I'm not actually going to be able to really participate in it until I get that done. And I was struggling on stream. Like, that was honestly embarrassingly difficult. I never struggled that much, never failed that much on stream before. And that really made me want to take a bit of a break from it for quite a while after the hype of the Rumble weekend died down. Because I really, really wanted to participate in that event. I was just finally starting to enjoy playing it a little bit myself, and then next thing I know, the event got announced last year, December I think it was. Obviously I had to, you know, play through it on stream, you know, during the duration of the weekend's time, but I never got all the way through. I couldn't squeeze through that last few battles to actually get to Johto and Home Pokemon spawning. So I was actually thinking of also coming back to that, but that's still Pokemon again. So still not all that much variety going on. So besides the Skylanders, Nuzlocke, you know, Super Monkey Ball, the Minecraft, I mean, I am just gonna be honest. It is going to be mostly Pokemon that I play, most of the content that I make, because that is my main passion actually, out of anything gaming related. It always has been. And I want to keep at this, you know, in so many ways. I want to keep shiny hunting. I want to keep doing Nuzlocks and actually doing these whole playthroughs and doing them on stream, exclusively on stream, and record all of this stuff and record the whole journey, you know, since it's not like my life is actually really even exciting at all. I don't really have any reasons to leave the house besides, you know, walking the dog or, you know, doing basic things like getting groceries and I don't know, maybe getting a coffee or whatever other errands would come up. You know, I don't have any friends in real life. I know that is depressing to say out loud. It sounds really depressing. But in my area, I mean, gosh, there's like no one that I really even know anymore, for one. And two, I never was really close with anyone from even middle school, high school, that I have anything in common with. So my friends pretty much all exist online. And, well, time passes and, you know, that changes. Sometimes friends come and go. I have like one good friend online, you know, left from, I want to say it was maybe about like a 3-year stint of leading a Roblox community. I have one friend, you know what? He was one of the best friends I have ever had. I am not complaining. But, I'm just saying, why would I can't travel. I don't have the means to, you know, go to any of these cool events, you know, outside of Canada a year, you know, it's kind of a pipe dream for me. So maybe every now and then, like the Pokemon Go events, you know, the local communities all coming out for those, you know, especially the Go Fest, the Go Tour, you know, there's some good reason to go out there. And I did try to record a couple of times, but man, I was so dead. Last times I tried to do that, and it was kind of difficult with GoPro in one hand and then my phone in the other. It did not go very smoothly for me. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have the logger in me, I guess you could say. So that's why, you know, I don't really play video games all that much outside of live stream. I know I should, you know, when I'm just feeling crappy, laying in bed, but I know I'm not gonna fall asleep. I should honestly just grab my Game Boy, grab my DS, whatever, do some soft resets, whatever. Maybe just grab the GoPro here for the cricket cam, which is off at the moment, but do a little bit of recording, and, you know, maybe just have it propped up and see what happens. But I don't know. I have not really been even working on any YouTube content for a while now. It's kind of a work in progress. While I still get used to this whole routine, which I am, honestly. This is the most consistent month I have had in over 3.5 years by live streaming, and it's also simultaneously been the best year. I mean, month in 3.5 years financially. TikTok, I love you guys. You guys are honestly killing it for me so much. More than this Electro is able to kill this Lugia with self-destruct. Yeah, honestly. I appreciate you guys so much, all the support. All you people even just roll on. I mean, I don't know. Apparently that's enough to actually really make a difference in ways that I never expected. I'd appreciate some follows, some likes, maybe a little gift here and there to get some of those diamonds. Those would help very much, so. But I'm not the guy to kind of really beg for those things, except for maybe in like passive all remotes or jokes like that right now that just passed. I really can't bring in anything from these things, you know. I mean, I feel bad even, you know, asking you guys to follow. I mean, if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, then please come follow me. I could use some more friends, you know, hanging out in my chat, you know. I mean, we don't have to be friends. That's kind of creepy and a little bit parasocialistic, but you know what I mean, man. Just, I could use a bit more of a community, and I'm happy to welcome in. You know, whoever wants to come in and vibes with me. But, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know how hard that is for me to like add into a YouTube video every single time I've done that? At one point I just copy and pasted that shit over like into like a single extra like video producing file, so I wouldn't have to add it to the track every single time, just get it done and over with like that. Of course, that made all of those videos so much more and it really made the quality suffer, and that's why all of those ones got deleted. But I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk, obviously. I deleted those because, you know, I wasn't proud of those videos. They were mostly reaction videos, not content that I had even wanted to make, really. I strayed very far from that because my first video that I could have did as a reaction blew up disproportionately to anything I had ever expected. The last video that I actually made that I have up on my YouTube channel is the only one of those, all of the videos in the first three-ish years of YouTube, 4-ish years of YouTube, I don't know exactly, that ever reached as many views as that first reaction video did. And of all things, man, it was Super Mario Bros. Z reboot of like the episode 2, I think. Maybe episode 1. I don't know. Dude, it was not fun. Also, finally at 100 encounters already. That's the fastest I think I've hit 100 encounters. I know we did 11 before, so after this one, it's only going to be 90 in total that we've done so far today. But 90 encounters in this amount of time? I think I was like only being able to do like about like an encounter or two per minute or the Oxus. So 44 minutes right now with this Lugia. This first one right here. Let's count. 1. These solver sets definitely feel fast. Like, I'm starting this at 22 seconds there, okay? So that's definitely like 3 Lugias. Every minute. Guaranteed there, dude. 3 Lugias every minute compared to like 1 or 2 Deoxyses or Deoxys per minute. We're definitely gonna get this a lot faster. We're definitely gonna get this a lot faster. Also, banger Unova music from Scarlet and Violet. I appreciate you, Game Freak, for doing this. This was like literally tearjerker worthy. I really did tear up listening to this song play on my Switch for the first time. Oh god. I can be very emotional sometimes, but what gets me more emotional than anything else, you know, like a freaking Pavlov dog, you know, like bell and a whistle, music. It's always music. My ears are kind of hurting a little bit, speaking of music. You know, like, I feel like maybe I should pop up my headphones that go over the ears here, but it's so hot and uncomfortable with my long hair. Like, I don't want to have this long hair, guys, okay? I know some people rock it, and I like to think I can rock it too, but it's kind of just more painful for me more than anything not. You know, with my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you know, it's been really bad lately. Again, with my neck, I've been having this vertebrae pretty much right out of reach for me to be able to put even a single pound of pressure on. You know, even with my long, gangly, skinny arms, that it's been pulling my shoulders and my neck forward. Like, honestly, dude, my posture sucks. And I'm not really helping it all that much. I think I need to just do this. Lean back a little bit. Maybe that'll help. I'm always in pain. You know, I'm not trying to make anyone feel guilty for me here when I'm saying this. I'm not trying to make anyone feel worried or feel bad for me. But I am literally constantly just in pain with my neck and my back, all the way down to my sciatic nerve, the bottom of my tailbone. You know, all of this stuff going on inside of my body, my bones, my joints, my muscles. There's so many tense spots and knots pulling things out of place that it's just made, you know, easy to pull out of place from my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and Marfan syndrome. It's just constantly pain. I don't like talking about it. I don't like ever actually bringing it up on stream because then it makes me think about it more. You know, that's why my live streams are like my safe and happy place to come here, do something so fun that I've always loved my whole life since I was a kid, and actually share it with, you know, the world. You know, have to actually put on a little bit of a show here, and you know, hang out with all you guys watching, all you guys and girls, they, thems, non-binaries. I love this so much. Being able to go live and hang out with you guys more than I ever did wandering the halls of my toxic school as a little kid, teenager, whatever, you know. I feel safe here. I feel this is like my zone. But this is also an escape for me from, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm just going through at all times, regardless. You know, my health issues, I can't really control them sometimes. Sometimes they're out of my hands. So honestly, that's why it's been a little bit difficult for me to have long live streams. Staying around here very long, having the energy to actually talk to you guys in a way that, you know, like I said earlier, I want to, so I can be entertaining at all times for you guys. So it's a good time all around. You know, whether you're sticking around for a minute or a whole damn hour. Wow, 24 hours in full. If anyone's gonna join me for a subathon one day. That would be really fun, honestly. I would love to do some fun if I could, but I'd have to like get a bigger room, so you guys could like watch me sleep creepily. Because I mean, if I'm going to be doing a subathon for 24 hours, I want you guys to watch me sleep. I want to know after the damn fact, in recording, I will watch it back myself. How shit I am at staying still in my sleep, because every single time in the last like 2 weeks since I started playing Pokemon Sleep with my Go Plus Plus, you know, Pikachu sing me his little lullaby every night. I swear to God, dude, every single sleep schedule lately like has been my balance, dude, because there's been too much movement in your sleep. I'm sorry, I have a dog. Like, is it me? Is it the dog? Does she secretly actually loves cuddling with me in the middle of the night, but knows when I'm gonna wake up, so she bugs off before I can catch her? I don't know. But if I ever do a subathon, I would love to find out. These shells are getting in the way of that. So I really do hope one day maybe I can finally find some form of success and, you know, financial independence here from my content creation, from my live streaming one day. You know, I'm already having the best month financially I've had over 3.5 years just from the ad revenue alone, and the 1 free Prime sub I get from Momni every month. You know, ever since I started multi-streaming to TikTok, and that's an insane difference. While also being consistent for the first time. I mean, this is the first time I've actually seen results, you know, so quickly. And I know I took like a whole almost month break, February, before this month, so I've been trying to make up for that a little bit, but man, dude, there's so many updates, upgrades, you know, to make everything better, work better for me here while streaming. I really do feel like it was worth it, worth that break. Especially now after how this month has been so phenomenal. It's 23rd now, 12 after midnight, 12:12. So I don't know if you can make a wish there or if you should avoid that. I don't know if that's a bad juju or not, but do what you want. We are 8 minutes short of being live for an hour, and we have 124 encounters, so we definitely have some more room to go here. I do honestly feel like I have a bit of a migraine going on, which sucks. Weather coming into spring every single year, the transition from winter always kills my head so bad with my chronic migraines. Like, of course, man, I had to get my mom's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I had to get all the little comorbidities that came with having the genetic defect that causes all of these different things. Honestly, Marfan syndrome, mitral valve heart prolapse, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm sure there's probably even more things, but if I had to get that, the worst possible thing for me to get, pretty much from my mom, besides like, I don't know, epilepsy that would kill me if I wasn't able to play my video games. Why did I have to get the chronic migraines? That is like the next step down from seizures, pretty much. It's not like I'm gonna be fucking violently convulsing, losing control of my body and consciousness the way my mom does. You know, it's just agony upon agony sometimes. It sucks. Really, really sucks. I wish I didn't have to get them, but you know, I didn't even just get them from my mom. I got them from my dad too. They both get chronic migraines, so I was screwed from the moment I came out of his sack. Migraines for life. Ever since elementary school. There was a damn migraine that got me kicked out of my first elementary school too. Like literally. I'm not even joking. I had to go to a different school in grade 6, and I wasn't able to have my grade 6 grad with all of my friends because of a migraine, basically. I hate school staff who just treat kids like crap, you know. I don't know how they must feel, honestly. Where'd they get off on it, you know? Like, if it was me, it'd make me feel so weak and pathetic to be treating a kid like shit, or, you know, ever getting physical with a kid. But there are some messed up people out there who will not listen to reason, who do not care whether you are a child or a well-reasoned adult. It's just the way the world works, honestly. Where there's bad though, there is good. I mean, yeah, honestly, it wasn't the worst transition to a school. And later down the line, I did kind of realize I probably did need to get away from that school anyways, from people that I was hanging out with, because they weren't exactly the best friends for me. I ended up being alone, you know, kind of learning more about how different other people really could be after being forced out of my comfort zone. You know, group of friends that I just grown comfortable with following around. You know, I learned that, okay, so sometimes maybe it's better to stick by myself. And honestly, it's the best thing I could have probably ever done. As much as I love people, I'm a people person to my core, I needed, honestly, for the longest time to have a bit of self-confidence in my own interests, my own likes, and put those first. And it's been a very difficult road doing that over the years. You know, I've struggled very much so with feelings of guilt and imposter syndrome even sometimes, you know, when it comes to live streaming and whatnot. It does feel also stressful sometimes, because for the longest time, I mean, I was just used to things not going very well. I was used to not having anyone really have anything in common with me. I was always the odd one out from the very, very beginning, no matter what group of friends I was with. But man, Twitch, live streaming on here over the last 6 years, multi-streaming to YouTube and TikTok, and especially being a part of the Pokemon community in the last while. Over the last like year, 2, I don't think I've ever felt a bigger sense of belonging. You know, the closest I felt to this was when I went to the Reptile and Plant Expos with Fresca, and you know, maybe once for Maple. I don't know if I've actually gone yet since Fresca passed away. I know I bought some tickets a couple of times, but I just never ended up using them. I let them go waste because I was just too snowy or too depressed and miserable from having lost my pet Toad, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to go back just to get another one. That wasn't gonna happen at all. I got really lucky finding Maple with my Papa before he passed away last year. She's the exact right type of American toad. Little baby youngling, just practically formed from the tadpole. So I didn't have to worry about taking an adult, from the ecosystem and actually give the little toad much better chances of survival. Especially considering they're about to be turned, Maple was going to be turned into red mist by a giant lawnmowers that you just sit on, big green ones, probably like 5 times my size. Like maybe about the size of 4 of my shelves on their sides stacked on top of each other. I don't know. Maybe not that big, maybe we're exaggerating. But I don't feel like that's wrong. Probably not that far off. It's a pretty big yard. Not that I don't know, I have any more chances to work in there, which sucks. I would have loved to have some more chances to go work in the garden, but I think they're going to be selling. My grandma is going to be selling her and my cousin's house. I don't know. Because, I mean, yeah. That happens, then definitely not going to be much more garden left to be worked in. So I am glad that I have the geranium and the cricket tank from him. I'm really glad that I have the geranium. It's even flowered a couple of times over this winter. It's pretty crazy, actually. I wasn't expecting that at all. But yeah, I got some pretty good luck. Then we're gonna have an ad break in about 37 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3 seconds. So I'll see you all very shortly after this ad break on the game. Make sure to get some water, some snackage, take care of yourselves. So we will be ending the live stream soon anyways, so this is the last little break. Got our last few encounters in here. I think we're gonna stop at damn, good question. I think we'll probably stop at 160. So that'll give you guys 12 more encounters. That'll be like 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes of encounters. So we'll see if we get them. We'll see. That actually works out perfectly too with the amount of time we've been live so far. So once we've been live for an hour and 5 minutes exactly is when we will stop doing the encounters. See how far we get here. Oh man, I was saying before, unlike some of the other things I want to do for my variety content, Minecraft, Super Monkey Ball 2 every once in a while, and then obviously, like I said, Skyland is still slow. Besides that, I do want to do some Skyrim at one point, or at some point. I want to do crowd control with that too, so you guys can actually have, excuse me, the chance to actually interact with my game yourselves. I'm not sure if it'll work with TikTok or not. I know it'll work with YouTube and Twitch both, however, I'm not sure. But it is more specifically for Twitch. So that would be something more fun for here on the purple platform to give you guys some actual extra attention besides the channel points and the ad breaks that love to come and torture you guys every hour or so. I feel like oh man, I would really like to actually do the crowd control Skyrim while doing my modded playthrough series. I've really wanted to do, because it's been years since I've done a good playthrough of Skyrim, and I've always wanted to do a modded playthrough. I figure after I first started YouTube, gosh, way more than just like 6 years ago. I first started YouTube, I think. Wow. Probably about a decade ago when I was a little teenager. My dad got me my first capture card, Elgato HD60, for Christmas. You know, I really wanted to do Skyrim back then with my PlayStation. But I figure, you know what? Let's kill a few birds with just a single stone here. Get a YouTube series for Skyrim again for the main channel, since you know all the Pokemon content here is going to be for Myth Trainer Omni, and then also be able to have something interactive and fun for me to do while y'all watching on Twitch, and simultaneously, number 3. This is a big one. Have just some basic variety besides Pokemon. Literally that simple. Okay, this is our last encounter. 158. Actually, you know what? No, it is 105 right now. I just said I was gonna stop then, but you know what? We were only 3 encounters short. I think, honestly, I was kind of onto something with the amount of Lugia. We got like 2 to 3 Lugias per minute. So let's just get the last couple ones out here out of this last minute here. And then 160. Follow through with our word. We're done. But I did actually set up the shiny decks to show off all of my shiny Pokemon. Besides just my recent shiny here, if you type in shiny decks, this link, shinydex.com/OmniOmen, no underscore, you can actually see all of the shiny Pokemon that I have encountered on stream thus far. And I am really happy about that. I was looking for something to do that for a while, and I've seen a lot of the live streamers that I've been participating in their communities lately, watching, lurking in a little bit here and there. A lot of them have been using it, and even without the pro subscription, I mean, I don't really need it for multi-hunting purposes because I'm doing my own thing. You know, I have the auto counter app, and if I need to do the manual encounters, I have the stream deck buttons. I have my own little layout thing that I set up, ready at any moment to change to how I see fit. And I could probably change that to shiny decks and stuff one day, but for now, I have that little website actually even added even to my all-in-one like white pillar. Is that another? Or is it all-in-one? Oh no, socials. It's just socials. I feel like I'm going insane here. Social media? I don't have a command for that. I feel like that should have been a command. I know I have it as a panel, but wow, I should really make that a command. You guys can see a little bit how much taller the chat is here. It's finally the same in this little area as it is in the main one. So all your messages of YouTube, Twitch, all get love at all times. You're welcome. I think this is where I'm gonna call it quits on the game. Let me actually try to sit up and fix my posture here. Oh my god. I really need people to use a posture check. Their channel points, man, but I got rid of that. No, I didn't. It's still there for 500. I still even had this stretch break. Man. Twitch has been kind of lonely lately, man. I have finally set up like 50 different freaking channel points redemptions. I set up all these things for y'all on Twitch. And you know how many more views I'm getting from TikTok in comparison? Oh, Man, one day, we're gonna get a little bit more people, a little bit more purple love on Twitch. I swear. It's gotta happen sooner or later. I really do just want to have more channel point redemptions every now, once in a while, you know, remind me to do my posture check. Or even just chats on any platform remind me, hey, you look like you're about to keel over and die, sit up. I would appreciate that so much. But I think what I'm gonna do is just put this up on counters. It's 160 there. That's almost as many as we did for our Charmander, actually. Wow. Yeah, those resets were way faster with the Lugia in comparison to even the Charmander. Like the Deoxys and the Charmander, I think took about the same time between the text boxes and the Deoxys cutscene. Maybe the Charmander was like a little bit slower. Yeah, we might get a shiny Lugia pretty fast. Ho-Oh will be a little bit slower. So, kind of glad that that's the one that I'm going for second. I'm happy with the thumbnail that I made for us on YouTube. The live stream thumbnail is really, really good, and I'm happy and proud of it. But we're gonna leave things off here for now, and the next time we go live to do some more shiny hunting is going to probably be on Friday. I want to keep doing my shiny hunting on the weekends. Stick to that, a little bit of excitement, I think. If I change my mind, I can do that at any damn moment. No one's the boss of me except myself. And even then, I'm not very much of a boss for myself either. So, we'll see, but I'm going to say most likely Friday right now. Because I am getting a little bit closer to figuring out what I want with my schedule. I'm getting a lot closer. It looks like the weekends and Mondays, yo, that's gonna be when I'm gonna be doing the most amount of stuff. But it's going to be like the middle of the week that's gonna be a hell of a lot more chill. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I am still gonna actually keep trying to do daily live streams. I'm gonna see. That's what I'm thinking right now with my schedule. It's just I'm not sure about Tuesday and Thursday. I think I said that. I'm fairly confident I already said that at some point. If not though, yeah, it's Myth Trainer Thursday and Myth Trainer Tuesday. More Pokemon stuff. Like, I'm doing Pokemon on Saturday, I'm doing Pokemon on Friday, I'm doing Pokemon on Sunday, I'm doing Pokemon on Thursday, I'm doing Pokemon on Tuesday, Pokemon on Monday. When do I get a Poke break? So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see, man. I do love my Pokemon, and it will be very hard to get me burnt out of it. But I can't go into having another schedule that I'm not gonna actually follow. You know, every single time I put out a schedule for my live streams out on Twitter, Blue Sky, here on Twitch itself, even YouTube, I've gone ahead and bungled it. I didn't follow through at all within probably even like the first 2 streams every single time without goddamn fail. Not even the time. I'm figuring things out for myself. Just for myself first. Before I share anything this time. So that way maybe I can figure this out. And then just have this schedule actually work. Actually share it and maybe make it even better then. You know, it already is when I actually start having it. You know, I really want to improve everything. In terms of my consistency, but I do need to do a lot more video editing and recording and scripting and etc. If I actually want to really say I have some consistency back. So I got a lot more work ahead of me, Omni Gang. I'm gonna head off for now, but I'll see y'all tomorrow / today, or probably either some Minecraft, probably Pokemon Monday. Probably do some Pokemon movie. That's Nuzlocke Master Quest again. But tomorrow, for real, tomorrow, Tuesday, not Monday, is going to be when the new Minecraft drop is going to come out in full with all the little new baby animals. So I did say I wanted to check that out yesterday, but I don't know. We might not just do it then, because I also want to do Pokemon Legends CA on Tuesday. And it's been so long since we did that, but we were so close to finishing it. I can't leave it unfinished for much longer. So that's a little bit of the plan for this week so far. We'll see what happens. I hope you all had a damn good one on the game, and I hope y'all continue to have a damn good one. I will see y'all next time. Good night.